Beautiful outcomes of ugly injuries. I never thought it would come to an end, especially not like this. After 6 years of commitment, being told you can never participate in a sport you love can take a huge toll on your mental health. How could I get so many injuries from cheerleading? When it came to my overall well-being, cheerleading had an impact on my friends, physical, mental wellness, and education. After being told I can never participate in cheerleading ever again by multiple doctors due to my injuries, it truly helped me grow even more in the aforementioned aspects stated above. Outcomes for any previous or injured athletes can be spun into a positive outlook. Putting the time and dedication you spend into that sport or into other activities in your life can benefit your overall well-being. This led to completely unexpected great outcomes for me, making me feel as if I was performing on stage once again. Competitive cheerleading was my main cause of getting hurt. All in a short span of time, I broke my collarbone, this being the first bone I have ever broke, February of 2017. The breaking of my collarbone scared me like a horror film. May 2018, the breaking of my middle finger. This event unfortunately happened 3 days before one of my team's biggest competitions. I had no choice other than to tape up my finger and compete. Later in 2018, I broke both of my feet. I broke my left foot simply by just walking, having to wear a boot for 6 months. Then directly after, I broke my right foot, again putting me in another boot for a very long 6 months, leaving me feeling as weak as a baby doe. Directly after getting my boot off, I was in a trampoline accident. I slipped off the trampoline. One of the springs latched onto my foot, ripping it open, leaving me to get stitches. The sound of the knitting from the stitches was like hearing a screeching noise on the chalkboard. The most contributing injury to ending my cheerleading career was the breaking of my back, the L5 region area specifically. Having this happen to me left me feeling as cold as a December morning. From these problems, as well as being seen by so many doctors, I was told I could never cheer again, if not following what had been ordered from doctors that could determine increasing more damage with the injuries already given, as well as a result of more injuries. It was either cheer or my back being operated on from the continuous cheering. Hearing this troubling news left me with tears flowing like a river down my face. The doctor left me feeling hopeless, telling me I could not participate in cheerleading. Being told I could not participate in cheerleading, the thing I loved the most, affected me in many ways. It caused my mental and physical health to decline, leaving my weight to decrease tremendously, as well as a loss of friends from these outcomes. My back injury caused me to lose a lot of weight from the loss of my muscle strength and not being able to gain it back. This pain was like knives digging into my spine. The break caused me to stop seeing my friends every day due to not being able to participate in practice, as well as not being able to get my frustrations out on the mat. I would never smell the sweet smell of the fresh Palmer mats or feel the springy bounce from walking on the floors again. With not being able to practice any longer and having a lot of extra time on my hands, I finally had a realization. I reached out to some of my friends that did not cheer. I got to meet a lot of new amazing people. In 2019, I met Trey. His love grabbed a hold of me and will never let go. After getting to know each other, we got to experience a lot of fun and interesting new things. He goes to the University of South Carolina and is involved in the SAE fraternity. Since he is in a fraternity, this allowed me to go to some fun events like formals, as well as being able to meet a lot of new amazing girls from this experience. I got to meet a girl named Barlow on one of the SAE formal trips. She is the easiest person to talk to. I could talk to her about anything and everything. She was the shelter in the storm. Another great person I met was Izzy. She had a heart full of gold, always making me feel welcome with how friendly she is. Even after my outcomes and all of my injuries, I still gave all the time I could to cheer, especially to Maddie, my childhood best friend as well as forever best friend. I was still able to come watch her perform. This friendship will be a never-ending circle. Friends are like the siblings God never gave us. Trey and I got to go to another SAE formal in Savannah, Georgia. We got to meet a good group of friends. We stayed with them for the weekend, just like going to a competition. Making these new friends made me feel on top of the world, just like once before as I accomplished new things in cheerleading. Being able to have a group of friends was like a whole new cheer team. All this support allowed me to gain a completely positive grasp on my new life without cheering every day. After almost 2 years of being out of contact with all of my cheer friends as well as coaches, I decided to reach back out around the end of 2019. I started back trying to regain muscle by working out slowly and carefully with my old teammates, allowing me to regain connections back with the friends that I had lost. I gained back a lot of muscle. This helped with my physical health by reconnecting with friends and coaches. This had an impact on my mental health by allowing me to reflect on the good times of my cheerleading experience. I was able to hear the loud cheer music again, and I was finally back home. It brought me the happiness that I needed in my life. These outcomes helped me, as well as my health, to spring up as bright as this beautiful flower. This allowed me to realize I had the support I needed to do even better academically. The extra support led to me taking on a heavier workload, thus allowing me to finish school early, graduating an entire year and a half early, making up for the 2 years I lost while recovering from my injuries. From the heavier workload, giving the opportunity to hear my name called at graduation for an overall academic science award. This award, as well as being able to walk across the stage, brought back great memories. The receiving of the award was as sweet as hearing your cheer team's name called for first place. Due to my injuries, learning the extent of my injuries from these doctors, as well as spending so much time in the doctor's office, led to me joining the pre-nursing program here at Midlands Tech. I wish to provide people with care, especially those critically injured, allowing me to help people as well as pursuing my dream of being in the nurse anesthetist program. All of these accomplishments made me feel on top of the world, like I once felt before as accomplishing new things in cheerleading. I am happy with the path I am on today, and I'm glad I've been able to see and learn from these outcomes of events.